Hello, grade 2. Hope you're all well. Okay, let's start reading our first story of the week in the reading workshop. Okay, and the story is on page 70 and page 70 and 71 in the reading workshop. Okay, and the title of our story is Taking Care of Pepper. Okay, so last week we talked about both stories talked about the relationship and the connection that a person can form between a connection that can form between a person and their pet, and how they start to care about each other and learn things from each other. This week we will continue talking about animals, but we will learn about how people take care of the animals, whether it's a pet or in a certain place. As you see on page 70 and 71, they're in a farm, okay, and you see a boy patting the front part of a horse. So this is a story about how a boy named Jack takes care of his horse Pepper. And the title of our story is called Taking Care of Pepper. Okay, and the idea is of how we people take care of animals. Okay, let's start reading on page 71. Have you ever been on a farm? Jack lives on a farm. He has a horse named Pepper. Jack takes care of Pepper. Looking after a horse is a big job. A horse has many needs. There are a lot of things a horse must have to live. Okay, as we said here, as we notice from the picture, that Jack lives in a farm, and he has a horse named Pepper. Okay, Jack helps his parents take care of Pepper. Okay, the word care means to look after someone or something, means to give. He helps give Pepper, his horse, his needs. Okay, food, water, shelter. So this is how he helps take care of Pepper. And he says that looking after a horse is a big job. Okay, it's not an easy job. It's a very big job. The horse has many needs. Okay, horse's needs means the things that he must have to survive or to continue living. All right, so on page 72, every morning Jack wakes up at 5 a.m. He and his father go to Pepper's stall. The stall keeps Pepper safe from bad weather and other dangers. Okay. When Pepper sees Jack, the horse gets excited. Jack smiles when the horse gets all worked up. Okay, so every morning Jack wakes up very early at 5 a.m. He goes with his father to Pepper's stall. Okay, what is a stall? They keep animals sometimes in a barn, right? So for horses, they put them in rooms, and each room has a window. Here, this is as you see on page 72, there's a barn, and each horse is in their own stall, in their own room. Okay, so here you see a horse in his stall and another horse in a stall, and then in this window there, this is another stall, and this is another stall. So a stall is like a room inside a barn where each horse stays inside by itself. Okay, why do they keep Pepper in a stall? To keep Pepper safe from the bad weather or any dangers. Okay, also they keep each horse in their own stall for protection, so the horses don't fight or hurt each other. Okay, so every morning Jack wakes up very early at 5 a.m. and he goes with his father to Pepper's stall, and he goes to start giving him his needs. Okay, again, the stall keeps Pepper safe from any bad weather like rain, thunderstorm, snow, and any other dangers from any other animals coming to attack them. Okay, when Pepper sees Jack, the horse gets excited. Okay, that means they have a connection. This horse, Pepper, knows Jack and he likes him. So when he sees Jack coming, he gets very happy and he starts to get worked up. Okay, happy and worked up means excited. Okay, the last paragraph on page 72. First, Jack gives Pepper hay to eat. While Pepper eats, Jack cleans Pepper's stall. He just shovels out the dirty hay and sawdust. Then he puts down fresh padding. Okay, so what does Jack do so early in the morning? The first thing he does is he puts some hay. This is hay. Okay, this yellow thing is hay. This is what horses eat. This is dry grass. When the grass dries, it becomes yellowish and it turns into hay. So the first thing Jack does is he puts some hay for Pepper to eat. While Pepper is eating, what does Jack do? He cleans Pepper's stall or Pepper's room. How? He takes a shovel and he digs out the dirty hay. He with the shovel he takes out any dirty hay and sawdust. Okay? Then sawdust is like something that they put to prevent horses from falling. Then he puts down fresh padding. He puts fresh padding is like something they put like what? Okay. What do you want? Okay, so he puts like something on the floor, like fresh hay, so when the horse lies down. Okay, on page 73. Next, Jack strokes Pepper's brown coat and it feels smooth. Then Jack leaves to go to school, but his work is not done. Okay, so after what does he do? He puts hay for Pepper. Then he cleans his stall. He removes any dirty hay and sawdust. And then he puts new padding for the horse to be able to lay on. Okay, what does he do? He strokes Pepper's brown coat. He strokes means to move his hand on on the horse's coat. Okay, the horse's hair, back or hair, and it feels very smooth. Okay, horses have smooth hair or fur. Then Jack has to go to school. Okay, but his work is still not done. It says here, at 3 p.m., Jack rides the bus back home. He has a snack and does his homework. Next, his mom gives him an apple for Pepper. Then they go to visit Pepper. So at 3 o'clock, Jack comes back from school. He eats a snack and does his homework. After he eats a snack and does his homework, his mom gives him an apple and they go to visit Pepper. Okay? On page 74, Jack and his mom find Pepper in a field. Okay, a field is like an open grassland. So at 3 o'clock, Jack comes back from school. He eats a snack and he does his homework. After he finishes his homework, his mom gives him an apple and they go to visit Pepper. They find Pepper in a field, an open grassland. Pepper is allowed to roam. He can walk all around the field. He was drinking after having wandered the field. All that walking here and there made Pepper thirsty. Okay, so when they go and visit Pepper in the afternoon, they find him walking in the field. Okay, what does he do in the field? They let Pepper walk around and roam. Okay, he's allowed to roam. Allowed means he has permission to roam. What does roam mean? To walk around freely. He can go anywhere he wants, but inside the field. Okay, so he walks around. This is exercise for him. Okay, after he walks for a long time, he needs to drink water. Okay, he feels thirsty after wandering around the field. Second paragraph, Now it is time for Pepper's exercise. In the wild, horses run many hours a day. But Pepper does not live out in nature. Jack must make sure Pepper gets the exercise he needs. So after Pepper walks around the field and drinks water, Jack has to exercise him. He has to have his own exercise because the horses that live in the wild, in the plains or in the like in nature, they run for many hours. So Jack has, because Pepper does not live in the wild, Jack has to make him exercise because this will keep his legs and bones strong. Jack puts the saddle on Pepper. He places the bit in Pepper's mouth. Mom does the same thing with her horse. They ride horses together. Okay, so what is the exercise? Is Jack, he puts a saddle. It's like the leather thing that you put on the horse's back, so Jack can sit and ride the horse. And he puts like a bit, something to protect his teeth, in his mouth. And his mom does the same thing with the horse, and they start riding their horses. This is the exercise that they do. When they are finished riding, Jack grooms Pepper. So after they finish riding their horses, Jack grooms Pepper. What does groom mean? Remember, groom means to brush the animal's fur or hair to remove any bugs. Okay, Jack grooms Pepper. He brushes his mane. Mane is the hair on the back of his head and on his back. This is the mane. Okay, tail and fur. So how does he groom the horse? He brushes the horse's mane, tail, and fur. The hair. He brushes the mane, the horse's tail, and his fur with a brush. Finally, Jack gives Pepper more hay and refills his water bucket. See you in the morning, Jack says. Pepper nods his head as if to say, yes, I'll be waiting. Okay, after Jack he finishes grooming, he puts more hay and fills the bucket with water, and he says, see you tomorrow. Okay, this is how Jack helps take care of his horse. Okay, big responsibility. Okay. Okay, here we have key details. What are key details? Key details are important information or important sentences that helps you understand the story. It helps you picture what is the story. It says here, of course, we have 3, okay, because we divide the story into beginning, middle, and end. Okay, so what did it say in the beginning? Jack takes care of Pepper. Jack and Pepper are excited to see each other. So it says that Jack, he takes care, and we explained what he does in the morning. And then when Pepper sees him, he is very excited. Okay? Okay, this is the first key detail. Can the middle key detail have more than one event? Yes. Okay, we can say in the middle key detail, we can say in the second key detail that Jack, when Jack returns from school, he finishes his homework, then he goes and gives Pepper an apple. Okay, and he rides Pepper for a while. Okay, here he rides Pepper and groom him. He rides Pepper for exercise, and he grooms Pepper. The last detail here, we can write that at the end he gives Pepper more hay, fills his bucket, and tells him, see you in the morning. Okay, these are key details, and this shows you how Jack helps take care of Pepper. It says that He after school, he goes and gives him an apple. He finds him in the field after walking. Then he starts to ride his horse for exercise. And after he finishes exercising, he grooms his horse. And at the end, he adds more food, fills his water bucket, and says, "See you in the morning." Okay, the genre of, we have a new genre this week. Okay, the genre here is called narrative nonfiction. Last year in grade 1, we took the word nonfiction. Nonfiction means that the story is real. So this is a real story about real people and it has real events. Okay, so what is the meaning of narrator? Okay, it's narrator means it's a narrator is a person who tells a story. Okay, so narrative nonfiction is a real story about real people. It has real events. It is told by a narrator. A narrator is a person who tells us a story. Okay, how do you know that this story is real? How do you know it's nonfiction? Because it has real photos and it has captions. Here is a real photo of a real horse, and caption is a sentence beside the photo. It says, what is the caption? What does the caption say? It says, Pepper must have exercise each day. So this is a real photo and this is a caption, a sentence beside the photo. What else? Here's another real photo of the horseshoe. Okay, and it says, Jack's dad checks for rocks in Pepper's hooves. If he sees one, he must get it out. So this is a real photo and this is a caption. It says that his dad checks the horse's hooves and see if there's any rocks, and if he finds any rocks, he must remove it or get it out. Okay? Again, what is a narrative nonfiction? It's a real story about real people and has real events. It is told by a narrator. A narrator is a person who tells us the story. Okay? And it has real photos. It can have real photos and caption.